Here we are outside Starbucks, and they just dropped some protein drinks. They are supposedly healthy, but we're gonna see about that. We're gonna test them against some at-home alternatives. They'll probably save you around $175 a month, and we'll see if it's actually worth it. Making them at home or going the convenient route, the expensive route. These things are so expensive, it's like we're funding this guy's yacht. It's a lot of money. Today we paid $17 for this. What does this say? What is that?
Yay! Mine says yay.
The question isn't, do you need protein? In fact, most of us probably are under eating protein every day. But the real question is, are these Starbucks drinks actually a good way to get it? But we did some investigation to see how they're made, we'll see what's in it, and we'll figure out if it's actually worth it. 50 grams of carbs. Then we're gonna show you at-home alternative options that are gonna save you a ton of money, be nutritionally better, probably. I'm gonna save the best for last, so make sure you stay till the end.
Starting today, Starbucks is jumping on the bandwagon, offering a new line, protein lattes.
Here we are outside Starbucks, everybody.
Everyone is currently obsessed with protein, and that is a good thing because most people are not reaching the amount of protein they should be eating in a day. Just not even getting close. Protein is super important. It helps build muscle. It keeps you full, supports recovery, helps keep you shredded, bro. It's gonna help with fat loss. It just is. If you're active, you need about 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight. That is a lot more than people expect and a lot more than people are actually eating. But companies realize if you slap protein onto something, that people will be fine with spending double on it. Everything has protein now. Protein cereal, protein water. I have some protein water in my fridge. I'm guilty. Protein ice cream. Can't say no to that. But here's the problem. Just adding 20, 30 grams of protein to something on top of the calories that it already has is not necessarily that helpful. In fact, it could be making things worse. It could be making a caloric bomb to make people have so much surplus calories that they're just gonna be gaining even more weight. You're getting a meal disguised as a beverage and you're gonna be looking like Homer Simpson getting a big old belly. So if you didn't know, I'm a nurse and I used to work in endocrinology and diabetes and weight loss, all that stuff. That's just a fancy way of saying that I help fix problems that, sugary Starbucks drinks and McDonald's created in the first place. You see patients drinking stuff like this and you see on continuous glucose monitors how it just spikes their glucose way to the roof, adding to more fat storage, ruining their blood sugar, their metabolism. And in my last video, I actually wore a continuous glucose monitor to see how it would affect me. And the thing that spiked my blood sugar the most was not your mom, it was actually the sugary lattes. Unfortunately, I love a good latte, but man, this really spiked my blood sugar, and that was super insightful. One benefit to adding protein to coffee is that it probably does help with that blood sugar spike. It's going to keep it more even. And the other benefit to adding protein to coffee, protein helps delay the caffeine a bit, so it's a long, steady energy, not like a huge spike and crash of energy. It helps you not get so anxious, sweaty armpits and stuff from having too much caffeine too fast. So protein is super beneficial in coffee. When I saw that Starbucks got these protein drinks, I knew I had to look into it to see if this was actually a good thing for us or if we should be looking at healthier coffee alternatives. So first, I went and investigated to see how they actually make it.
Howdy. How are those new protein drinks? Are they pretty good?
Pretty good, yeah.
How do you guys actually make those? Like, what's in them?
Like a whey protein powder. For the foam, we just add like 3 scoops of that, and then whatever flavored foam you want. And then for the milk, we pre-make a batch of 2% milk mixed with a bag of the protein powder. Unsweetened protein powder. So
Your thoughts?
So if it's all they're doing is just adding a protein powder, I guess that's good, but you still have the extra calories from the rest of the protein drink, right?
Yeah, the protein's surprisingly pretty good.
Is it?
It's got a decent amount. I think the foam itself has 15 grams.
Oh, it's pretty good.
And then if you get it in the drink, it's 26. We're actually making it with a protein powder.
What's the most popular one that people are getting?
Definitely the vanilla. Either the iced vanilla protein cream latte or just the hot one.
It tastes pretty good. What do you think? Pretty good?
For $8? No.
Guys, I don't know what they put in these coffees, but she's already doing weird stuff. She's being crazy.
So after investigating it, they told me that they just mix an unflavored whey protein into these. So they just take a scoop and mix it in. What's stopping you from doing that to your own coffee? I don't know why. I shouldn't be surprised that they just simply are adding unflavored whey protein to things. But I genuinely thought that they were like making a cool new cold foam method that somehow just used protein. I don't know. It was silly of me, wasn't it? And today for this video, I wanted to order the one that comes up front and center when you look into these protein coffees. The first one that showed up was this Venti Ice Banana Protein Cold Foam Matcha. It's a banana cold foam on top of matcha. First, let's give it a sip. It's a little bit melted because it's been sitting here a little bit, but let's see how it is. I haven't tried this one yet. We'll see. Okay, so I really like matcha and I like banana. It's all right, but I don't even taste it. And I don't taste the banana at all. It's not that good. Something's weird about that one. That one throws me off a little bit. When we go into the app for this one, Ice Banana Cream Protein Matcha. Tell me you can see that. 500 calories. Dog, we do not need 500 calories in our coffee. Looking at the nutrition breakdown is crazy. 22 grams of fat, 50 grams of carbs, and then 28 grams of protein. It's hard to call this a protein drink when fat and carbohydrates match the amount of protein that's in it, right? Eating that amount of sugar in a day should only come from natural sugars, from fruits, not added sugars in a matcha. That is insane. That is so much sugar in one drink. Don't drink your calories. It's not the end of the world if you're an active individual to consume something like this in moderation, but just think about the people who generally buy this stuff. They're busy people who have a long work day, maybe a 9-hour work day, 8 hours in commute, and they're sitting a lot of the time. Then they have multiple meals a day, 3-4 meals, including breakfast. There is no way you're gonna stay under your calorie goals when you're drinking 500 calories. This isn't gonna fill you up. Drinking your calories never fills you up. But I'd see people drinking these sugary drinks and their blood sugar would go through the roof. A lot of times these patients and people in general don't realize that they're simple habit switches away from living a much healthier and happier life. On top of that, this drink is like $9 or something. That is a California prices, maybe it's a little different where you are, but holy sh. So the verdict for this banana cream cold foam matcha is skip it. I am gonna pour this down the drain. I'm so sorry, but I can't do it for those calories. I can't do it. Now, before I show you a bunch of better alternatives that I promise do not take a lot of time, are super, super quick, super fun, super easy. Okay, we will get to those. But if you have to order from Starbucks, what would I recommend? What should we do instead? If I had to get the best tasting, okay, you're not sacrificing taste, you're still having a little fun with it, making a little fun drink, and you still want to get protein, well, I would get something like this, okay? This is the sugar-free vanilla protein latte. And yeah, you're getting a little bit of fun chemicals that aren't the best for you, but we're keeping it lower calorie and we're getting protein. And you can also add protein cold foam to it, which again, you're gonna add some calories and you're gonna add a little bit of protein. This one on the Starbucks menu, it says that it's 280 calories. We have 6 grams of fat, 17 grams of carbs, and 40 grams of protein. That's pretty good. That's a little more of a balanced nutritional profile. If you're trying to stay lean and get cut, you can save some of the carbs and save some of the fat stuff for later in your actual meals. And here we're just kind of boosting our protein, especially for those people who have a hard time. Maybe you're running from the gym straight to work. You get 40 grams of protein in with this. It's not a bad deal. But my verdict, the hard part is that this is almost $10 per drink. Just think about how long it takes you at your job or wherever you do to make $10. Yeah, $10 might not seem like a lot, in the grand scheme of life, but it'll add up if you do this every single day for a month. That's $300. Come on, man. That's like spending $225, $300 a month. That's similar to the gym membership that you're clearly not using. Sorry. I mean, this is more than my first car payment. Literally, I spent like $30, $40 on this experiment alone. And all these drinks that I've gotten from there. That's probably worth a like and subscribe and a good comment. Thanks. I will say it's fun to like hang out in a coffee shop and work on things. It's just good vibes to be in a coffee shop, so I understand. Okay, so the first at-home protein coffee method I'm going to show you is not the most cost-effective. It's still better than Starbucks by a long shot, but it is super fast. It literally takes like 30 seconds. So first, you brew your coffee however you like to do it. Pro tip, delay brew your coffee the night before. Get it set up put it on delay brew, and then it's ready for you in the morning. I love to do this before I go to work as a nurse. It's super easy. Or you can use easy coffee methods like K-Cups, what have you, that are super, super fast. Then you do this simple trick. Pour your coffee about half full. Then here's where the protein comes in. This I just got at Costco. Strawberry flavor. I love everything strawberry flavored. It's pretty good. The macros are insane on this guy. It is 30 grams of protein, 2 grams of carbs, and 2.5 grams of fat. This is all I put in this. It's super easy, super efficient. Crack this bad boy open. Oh. Sounds like a cracking a beer, like that old man that goes and beats his wife. Don't be that guy, okay? Boom. How amazing. Delicious, macro-friendly. Now the next one requires a little bit more time, but is really, really tasty. What's the first step? We can use Keurig,
or Nespresso,
or drip.
I like Starbucks Nespresso ones. Vanilla blonde espresso roast. We are going to get a coffee mug for our shots. While it does that, we're gonna fill our cups with ice to make it nice and cold. Starbucks should sponsor me. I use all of their cups.
She's funding his yacht. See, we're still feeding into Starbucks regime. What are we doing?
Always, because it's good. And while it's pouring an espresso, just to cool it down a little bit so you can put it all in, I like to put some ice in there. Next, this is where the protein comes in. I love using oat milk because it's nice and thick.
Speaking of thick.
And creamy.
Whoa, speaking of
My favorite protein powder of all time. Vanilla ice cream flavor is my go-to. They also have a really good cookies and cream one. We're gonna do like 1.5 scoops, which is gonna be about 45 grams of protein. I measure with my heart. Espresso into cup. It's like 1.5 shots in espresso though. And then protein milk, better than Starbucks' protein milk, may I say. But wait, we're gonna leave a little room for what, you may ask? Salted caramel syrup. I got this from Home Goods, very cheap.
How much?
$4.99, and I've had this for like 6 months.
See?
Cause guess how much you use? Like half a tablespoon to a tablespoon. Not very much.
We'll have a discussion about fake chemicals later, guys.
Yeah, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Exactly. This is the best part.
Me.
Best part right here.
But no one gets to know about it because it is seasonal and I'm gonna go buy them all before they run out. You gotta shake. Here's the fun part. Taste for Jay.
How is it?
I killed it.
Am I gonna like it?
Yeah, I kind of crushed it.
Oh, it sucks.
Thank you.
I'm gonna link below some protein choices you can use. Got him. I think it is okay to add these protein shakes to coffee because it's a better alternative than heavy creamer and sugar, and it helps you get up to that protein goal. But ultimately, the best thing for you to do is to eat natural, real products. I'm in the process of getting healthier and leaner, and so I'm doing some meal preps here and there. So if you want to see that, let me know. We can run up some meal preps together. Anyways, I really hope that this helps you save a bunch of money, right? We're gonna save a bunch of money doing this, and it's also gonna make you so much healthier. So I really hope that I helped you. If I did, like and subscribe, and tell me what you wanna hear next. Love you. Peace.